Hey everyone, this is Sausage, here with another development update for the community. A lot of great updates and progress in the past few weeks, so we want to share a lot of this for you. First thing to note when we get here is the login server. The login server now shows player character model. Last time we showed this off, all of the information here in the character selection screen was working. Player model was not functioning properly. It now shows the login equipment that was on you at the time of logout. We have also added a delete button here. Goal is to allow you guys to have multiple character slots. 2 or 3 is probably the number we're sitting at. I know we've discussed upwards of 5. I don't think that's necessary and takes more database upkeep. So it's probably not going to be 5, but we'll bare minimum allow 2, 1 male, 1 female character, and we'll decide what else to do from there. So a couple major changes here that took a lot of back-end work that isn't super visible to the community. One of the things we wanted to work on was the system furniture. So the goal ultimately before we try and release the sandbox again is to get battle going in some form or another. We decided that since some of the town and tutorial is part, or system furniture is part of the battle system and the tutorial system in some form or another, to just go and knock that out. So we went through here and got all these menus built, all these menus built, and they all now function properly. So the system furniture works as intended. Those two obviously don't do anything. Armory works here. You can see all these weapons in here. Those are not accurate yet. The player individual player saves are not done yet. That will be coming at some point in the future. Funny note, this writing desk took actually more coding than the entire battle server so far to get going. Just to get that going, it's basically writing the entire email program from scratch, because it has to check things when you're not logged in as well. Another thing that we kind of discovered was that there is a second anti-cheat. So the game itself is server-sided, so it already is pretty heavy security on that. Had easy anti-cheat involved, and then it also had a custom anti-cheat software built in. So that had to be disabled. It was actually causing some issues as well. So finding that was nice, and we actually have a 4th server that has to be done. So currently we have the login server, the town server. It was its own separate thing. The server that has like all the players and like the limbo town, all that kind of stuff, like the base data information, controls the scenarios, and then another server for battle. We suspect that Peach Garden also has its own, but we haven't gotten that far yet. So every time we discover a new server, usually solves some problems of why something can't progress, but then an entire new server has to be coded. So that's kind of why some of these progress updates have been slow. If you walk out of the house here, this was a big one. So the hang up, and one of the big reasons that the decision to move to DWOZ happened was because the client was really difficult to decode in the back end, which made it really hard to troubleshoot why certain things couldn't load. If everyone remembers, in the last sandbox, none of the transitions in town would even load. It didn't hang up. It wasn't a freeze in place. When you went to the transition point, it just did nothing. It just kind of let you keep walking into space and then come back. Because the functionality that allows you to transition between maps was not active, for lack of better words, because everything was in limbo mode, and we couldn't figure out how to get around that. And that, when looking into that, that's how we actually discovered the extra server that the town uses. So one of the things we really wanted to do before reopening the sandbox to everyone is get town, the ability to move around town going. feel it's a pretty good step. So by default, everyone here, now that that has been fixed, is going to walk out into the courtyard. This is not going to stay this way. It's just, we assume, hey, the tutorial takes you here, you might as well go here for now. We can change where that door goes. There's no menu built for the door yet to change your default plazas or anything, so I wouldn't expect that. But it takes you to the DWOR courtyard. All of these offices have been coded as well, so no one has to worry about accidentally walking in the door. If you'll notice, the camera is really inconsistent about what position it's facing when we walk out the door. We'll work through that. We haven't got that far yet. If you look at all these plazas are working as well. We can do a little run around town. While I'm traversing here, everyone, if you did not catch Shikize's live stream that he did, that is on the YouTube page as well. It is under the showcases playlist. I would go check it out. We'll go to it in a little bit, but the tavern and the marketplace also work. And the house door should take you back to the house now. So one of the big feedback pieces we got from the last servers that we had to log out to go back to our house, that is fixed. So this entire town is coded properly. We have also discovered the new campaign like camps that everyone has to go to or can go to. Those aren't linked through town, but they are accessible, and we've got the spawn points active there as well. Just as an example for walking into the house, boom, and we are back in. And now we can leave again as intended, as God intended. We're back to the plazas. Just by going through the door here. And I will go and show off the marketplace to everybody here. I may or may not decide to fast forward this, we'll see. If not, pretend I'm doing it. While I'm walking around town, I want to talk about the armories a little bit, and I'll show you that when we get back to the house. The armory is currently in Japanese. Some of the lettering, like so the fonts, are in English, but the translations are not. So some of the words and the names are really weird. I know we've talked about that in the past. The problem with the UI on the armory is that it's basically an image, and so if the text is too long, it wraps, and you'll see like some background font on some of the names. That's because it's a rollover from the line before. That's wrapping behind it. So Shikize's developed a UI tool where we can actually pull the image file, translate it, edit it, and then re-inject it back into the image or the data files, so that we can what's the word I'm looking for? So we can basically edit on command all the images that are so you see how these are Japanese right here. This is a word, but that's an image, not font. That's why it didn't translate. So we actually can go through there and change that. All the emblem wording and all that stuff will be converted to English. We'll have a Japanese option. We'll have a Chinese option. The C blade, you can see how these are. All these are actually abbreviated properly. One of the issues here, again, with the wrapping is they have to be abbreviated due to length. We may or may not be able to edit the window itself and enlarge it, in which case it would help. You still have to be conscious of different resolution sizes. Here's an example of it kind of wrapping right here. Currently, the weapons are about 75% translated. Interesting fact is we've actually discovered about 10 more weapons that were, I believe, Dynasty Warriors 8 weapons that were not released. So we might actually get some individual content later on down the line. It's unknown currently how finished those weapons are. Maybe they're only certain emblems, maybe they're fully done, they just need to be balanced. It's kind of unknown at this point, but it's really cool that there's other stuff that wasn't released that people were wanting and never got. One of the things with the tavern and the marketplace is that the goal is to make them neutral. So these are not currently functioning to leave the tavern. You will crash and have to relog. We basically need to add another check so it knows what faction you're from, and then decide what spawn point on which plaza map to be on. That way, if you're in DWOR, you don't end up in Yuan Shao's market or plaza when leaving the marketplace, for example. I don't foresee that being too far out, but it is something that does not work yet. So if we go back to the house, I'll go and show you some of the weapons. You see all these weapons, how some of them have been translated. You also have some of the grilled corn and the pencil, some of the kind of spoof weapons for like events. So we're working through that process. I'm sure I will throw an overlay on the screen when in editing, the magic of post recording. Kind of show you the spreadsheet, just kind of giving everyone an idea of all the data for that the translation team. Shout out Jerry and specifically on the weapons that they're kind of going through here and making it so that everything is functional and we can translate from client to client. So yeah, just wanted to kind of show off everything here. That's mostly what we have. There are some other small things that were in the live stream that you should definitely go check out. That campaign camp map is a good example. He ran around the Yuan Shao map as well. Some of those are, the faction's about 80% done. We're 100% done with DWOR. Yuan Shao is getting close, but we're not done. Other than that, we'll catch you guys later. Appreciate your time.